Forgive me. I didn't know whether this thing was on or not. Anyway, giving all praise to YAHAWASHI, QADASH. It's 2:22 a.m. and it's the 13th day of December 2022. Year of YAHAWASHI, turning up. Yeah, I see the YAHAWASHI really turning up 2023, and I pray that 2023 will be out of here. The Most High destroys this wicked kingdom and sets order in the earth through his chosen people, the Israelites. Anyway, I'm going to entitle this video, "All Christians Will Be Cast into the Lake of Fire." Let me say it again. All Christians will be cast into the lake of fire. Now, it's not talking about Christians around the world. It's talking about Christians in America. And when I say Christians, I'm talking about these people that go to the church. I'm also say this, that the Israelites, the one Westers, we are definitely the A side. We are definitely the A side. Vocab alone, you can never be the A side. You need us. We don't need you. The so-called conscious community, we are the A side. You need us. We don't need you. That's why you have Kyrie. Kyrie didn't say, "Oh, I'm comedic." And a big shout out to Sarnetta. He didn't say that. Ye didn't say that. All these celebrities are coming out. They're saying Nick Cannon, we're Israelite, with the Shemitic people. Professor Griff, he said that. That's why they didn't get on Professor Griff. They really got on Nick Cannon for having Professor Griff on, because he said we're the Semitic people, and we are the Semitic people. There's more than one Shemitic people. There's more than one Shemitic people out there. This is what these idiots don't understand. That's why they say they're Semitic, not Shemitic. Anyway, let me do this. Okay, I want to go through a couple of videos. Like I said, I was in bed. I watched a couple of videos. The first one I saw, you go through the notifications. The first one I watched was Apostle Lime Lob. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and this is what I'm going to start with. This is the second one that I watched. And the first thing that I noticed about this individual right there is the long hair. So they don't even follow, like they'll say, we don't really, the New Testament is not important. We're not to follow laws. We only pretty much deal with the New Testament, not the Old Testament. Well, this guy is not even following the New Testament. He has long hair. These people are bugged out. You got bugged out people around you. And our women are bad shit crazy. I was watching this one video. What is this? Rideshare professor. He's from Europe, has a thick European accent, but he does videos on Uber, Lyft, and all that. And there's the last video that he did. There's 3 women. They look like they're the Latin tribes, young women. They're in the Uber cab, and a woman in the back pulls out a knife and stabbed this guy a couple of times. She popped him a couple of times with that knife, and then the one chick in the front seat, she pulls out a knife and goes to stab him. He jumps out of his own car. I had another incident, was this a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, down in DC, where 2 little female coons jumped in car of an Arab guy and try to, just take control of the car. Yeah, what's the term? Try to jack his car and wound up causing a major accident, man. These are gremlins, man. And you know why these women are out of order? Because there's no man in the household, and that man has to know the truth anyway. And the car crashed, and the guy died, and they escaped, and they didn't put that in the news. They want to protect these female coons, these gremlins. I mean, they're the fucking gremlins, man. They look like gremlins. And like I said, there's no man in the home, and the man is not teaching the law, statutes, and sound like IUIC, the law, statutes, and commandments. But it starts with YAHAWASHI. See, I'm coming around to you, IUIC. I'm coming around to you guys. Now the script, but then you guys go off on the law because you don't even deal with the whole law. You don't even deal with the whole law. Because you get on us about the whole grape thing. When in the ancient world, and it's gonna go back in the kingdom, the same thing. The father of the woman and the father of the son, they're gonna make arrangements as to them two getting together. And the woman doesn't have a say in the matter. I mean, it happened with Jacob. Jacob receiving, I'm gonna get back into the subject. Jacob receiving Leah and Rachel, and then ultimately their two maid servants, which are slaves. He got 4 women because of a deal that he made with Laban, his uncle. So the two women, Leah and Rachel, were cousins. They were cousins. I mean, that happened back then. Anyway, let me come back into this. Let me finish speaking on this. They made arrangements. There's a term called arranged marriages. Your woman is groomed. A woman is groomed by the household led by the father to marry. They showed you that in the movie Coming to America, the first one. I didn't see the second one. They showed you in the first one with the woman and this peanut head Negro Eddie Murphy. I had to get on him. They groomed this woman from childhood to be for him, and she did everything he said to do. And what did this nigga want to do? He said, let's go to Queens and get some street bitch from Queens. I want to marry her. So this place, Babylon. There's a reason why this is called Babylon the Great, because Babylon means confusion, the city of confusion, Isaiah, the 24th chapter. Anyway, you know what? I'm tempted to go here. And you know what? Let's go here. Okay, let me. Okay, this is okay. Let me. You know what? He said, "Lord, hair, flat nose." As the rebukinator, he can't help, but he can't help from insulting somebody. Debunk the Hebrew Israelites. Okay, look at this Johnny Pumphead nigga. Let me just let you listen. And Christians are a real joke. You guys just to give it up. This shit is embarrassing. Let's listen to this Johnny Pumphead nigga.
The chosen one, that how no other race will be able to make it into the kingdom of heaven. It's really been leading a lot of people who don't know the Bible astray, as well as into destruction. And we have to be aware of these false prophets that the Bible warns us about.
Guarantee you, this nigga, he gonna get a one-way ticket to the lake of fire. He's gonna get a one-way ticket to the lake of fire. This Johnny Pumphead nigga.
In the book of Matthew, and really pay attention to their fruit and how they release their doctrine, which is in pride, rebellion, and racism. And they try to use the word of God to justify their feelings towards white people. So here is sound doctrine to debunk their racist agenda. Let's go. So now we see in Revelation chapter 7, verse 9.
Don't even think about Revelation. Well, we know what Revelation 7 and 9 says. The multitude is talking about Israel, you Johnny Pumphead Negro. But let's come back over here. And this is the first thing that the elder, Zakwa, addresses, that he has long hair. Like I said earlier in this video, I don't know, about a couple of minutes ago, I said that they don't deal with the New Old Testament. They really don't deal with the New Testament. First of all, you don't understand the New Testament. And if you did, you wouldn't have this long hair. And you notice that he has the hair in the front. He glorifies himself in his hair. Like when he gets up in the morning, he puts, he takes the hair, he puts it to the front, props it up, sprays it or whatever. Then he puts the scarf. He's looking in the mirror. It might take him 10 minutes to get himself prepped up, And he has no beard, but he looks like a type of guy that can't grow a beard. I could be wrong. You can see the smoothness of the face. So one thing he's going off on, the Apostle Paul said in the New Testament, it speaks about a man. It is a shame for a man to have long hair. Now, if you tell them that, they'll come with some nonsense. They might even say, well, Samson had long hair. And they don't even know why Samson had, you niggas don't even know why Samson had long hair. And if you're gonna use the example of Samson, then you got to go back to the Old Testament, which is the law. And you ain't keeping the law. Anyway, you can watch the rest of this video. And this is I don't have to go through it. I don't have to go through the scriptures, because the precepts that I would bring out is the same precepts that are brought out in this video right here. Like I said, you Christians we are the A side. You need us, we don't need you. You Kemetic community, we are the A side. We don't need you, you need us. So now let's come back over here. Oh, you got to watch this one. I just watched it. This is Skip. Now, what's this Johnny Pumphead nigga? The hell is this nigga's name? Shannon Sharp and Skip. How you gonna name a kid Skip? I'm gonna name him Skip. And well, Skip kind of puts this Johnny Pumphead Negro in his place, because he's talking bad about Tom Brady. That he ain't playing like he's over the hill, but he's still playing. He's still playing on a high level. I don't think he's gonna do anything really big. He's 45 years old, but Skip put him in his place by saying, "Look, you were over the hill at 35," and he took his glasses off. You got to watch the video. He got mad. He went into him. He said, "Why you got to get personal? Look, Tom Brady is still playing. All right, at 45 years old." Oh, this is it right here. Right, you gotta subscribe to this guy. He's from Europe. He's straight up with it. Rideshare professor uploaded Uber driver stabbed by 3 girls, Israelite girls, but they were of the Latin tribes. Warning graphic. What is that? Delete Dara. Why are thugs in Uber? And those thugs, Israelites, are overgrown termites. Can you imagine if you had to deal with a termite the size of you that termite will destroy you. They're termites. They're overgrown termites. Coons, gremlins. The movie Gremlins, which is one of the greatest movies ever made by Steven Spielberg. They had to get the gremlins and they put them in a movie theater. If you saw the movie, this is before a lot of y'all time, but the original Gremlins, that was about niggas taking over the earth or taking over a town. And the way they got rid of the gremlins, where they led them to a movie theater and they played Snow White. And then they showed the scene, which showed you that Steven Spielberg is a racist, basically in code. See, Esau does things in code. Tariq Nasheed always talks about that. They do things in code. Like if somebody, a white woman, so-called white woman, calls the police and say there's a suspicious person, walking back and pacing in front of my house. Cops already know that it's talking about a nigga. They already know that. Suspicions mean he's a nigga. That's code. So if they say, well, you're a racist, he said, I didn't say I never used the N-word. No, they speak in code. So you got to speak in code too, which we speak in code. We'll say the MOTB, we'll say the Karagma. We speak in code. You got to speak in code around these devils. They speak in code around you. These dumbass Latin tribes, they don't realize my woman is an Ephraimite. I understand Spanish. So they'll talk to me in English, then they'll turn around and talk to his friend in Spanish, talking about me. And I let them say what they got to say. And a lot of these fucking Latin tribes, they're going to get dipped. They're going to get dipped. Dumbass monk. Hey, man, I be getting mad, man, these simple ass Latin tribes, man. I haven't got on Latin tribes in a while. That's why, like, we say that Orion Lob and Bishop Sakaran, we call them Judites or Benjaminites that just look, because you Latin tribes, man. I be seeing Latin tribes. They still got the look. Esau said you don't got to wear masks no more. These clowns are still wearing masks. And then one guy bragged. I got into an elevator with neighbors, but they were all the Latin tribes. So I said, you better have your mask. Joking with him. There was about 4 or 5 of them in there. So I said, how many of y'all got the bing bings? And they all said, yeah, we all got it. We all got our 3 slides. The one guy that he looked like he's ready to drop dead. He said, I got 4. I got 4. And I said, good for you. I said, look, the Most High is not going to deliver you simple-minded, bird-brained Israelites. He's only delivering the elect. Anyway, rideshare professor, and this shit, he said, I go on you, is graphic. And you can see the demons on them. For you brothers out there, get you a Sicilian woman or like an Irish woman or even a Latin. You got to watch them Latin women too. They're demons too. They got just as many demons as a black woman, but stay away from the black woman. She's Satan. She's Satan. For real, for real. Anyway, okay, this is the one that made me get out the bed. I was in the bed sleeping. I kind of got up, and I said, made me get up. And but this one, and the one that Ramla put up, which is covering the same video, the last video that these knuckleheads, led by that devil Vocab Malone, got together. You know what I'm gonna do? Let me do this. Let me click on it. Okay, this bonehead right here. And when you watch this video, and I saw the video, I saw the video because I check out his videos, and I looked at the thing. I said, I'm not going to watch this. I'm just going to get mad. Well, this guy basically says you can only be under the curses of Deuteronomy. Well, he says right here, Deuteronomy 27:28, mainly 28, is you have to sign a contract. Sign the contract, big boy. Sign the contract. Inside joke. If you know what I'm talking about, you're good. Anyway, so how do you explain this? And I'm going to close. Let me just open this one. I'm going to show you that How you gonna sign a contract? Okay, Deuteronomy. Show you how fucking stupid these people are. So watch the video that I just showed you. Let me do this. Where the hell is it? Yeah, listen to this BS. We're not under the curses because we didn't. Let me click on this. Because we didn't verbally agree to them. And that's basically what this bonehead says. And Apostle Ramlab did a video based upon this video here. And I think it's entitled What the F are they talking about? So let's come over here. So he said you got to make an agreement that you're going to be under the curses. So he has explained this. How the F are you going to make an agreement when you're a newborn baby? You know, you come out the womb, you say, give me my glasses, give me a pen, let me sign this contract, big boy. Okay, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord, thy power to observe and to will his commandments, the statutes, and command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. And that's talking about you and your children. That's in Exodus. It's in Deuteronomy also, but it's also in Exodus 20 and 5. For what your forefathers did, your children are going to pay for it because there's a reincarnation is biblical. As a curse shall thou be in the city, and curses shall thou be in the field. The city represents Babylon. The field represents the world. That's in Matthew 13. Curses shall be thy basket and thy store. That's talking about your money, bank account, your businesses. Curses shall be it says, cursed shall be the fruit of thy body, your babies. So when they come in cursed. When they leave cursed. And the fruit of thy land, the increase of thy kind, and the flock of thy sheep. This is talking about we're back in the land of so-called Palestine. Cursed shall thou be when thou cometh in, when you are born, and cursed shall thou be when thou goeth out. Let me do this. Bear with me for a minute. But let me just bring it up. Let me just see what the commentator says. Deuteronomy 28:52 is talking about the Roman Empire. I'll tell you that. Let's see what they say. See, they don't give a lot of commentary because they don't have the answer. Anytime you come to the commentary, they ain't saying too much. They don't have the answers. no text from Paul on this verse because they don't understand it. They don't understand the scriptures. They don't say nothing about a newborn baby. That's what it's talking about. That's why when you go back here, Deuteronomy 28, verse 50, a nation of fierce continents, that's the Romans, which shall not regard the person of the old people, nor show favor to the young. Could be a newborn baby, a toddler, infants, the infant, which is a newborn baby. And when the Romans, those devils, when they was descended from Esau, when they tore down the walls, the main wall was Jerusalem, they put their own wall up. That's fulfilled in Luke 19, Luke 20, and Luke 21. It speaks about thy high walled cities or fenced cities coming down. They put up their own city. They put up their own fence around it and build a wall around us to keep us in, so that nothing could go out, nothing could come in. And we had to commit the act of cannibalism, eating our babies. That's why when you read further down, like in the 53rd verse, and thou shalt eat the fruit of thine own body, the flesh of thy sons and of thy daughters. So they ate the grass, they ran at the grass, they ate the leaves off the trees, they ate their leather belts, their girdles, they ate anything that they can find, and then the only thing that was left were their children, so they ate their children. Now that's a curse, man. That's a curse. And see, you Edomites, you're not going to suffer that. Well, you're going to suffer it when the Most High puts it on you, but we're not going to put you in a situation in the kingdom where you got to eat your own kind. So that's what it means by curse when you cometh in, and curses when you go without. When you're newborn, and when you die. Or look at Kanye. It shows you, man. I don't give a damn how much money you think you got in the bank. That's not real money. Because Kanye went in a week from being worth $11 billion to being worth a couple million, maybe $100 million. He's gonna lose that too, because they're gonna line up to sue his ass because he went against the wrong people. These people are in the power seat. Anybody that can make a call and say, look, all that money he got, put a block on that shit. He ain't getting that money back. Because he said that we are those people. And the Most High is getting ready to take you down. I pray, YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, QADASH, take this man down this coming year. That's in our mind. Now, the Most High, we can be here for another couple years, but it'll be beautiful if we out this bitch in 2023. Whether it's the beginning of 2020, it ain't going to be the beginning of 2023. It's going to be, if it is the 2023, it's going to be the end of 2023 that we're going to be out this bitch. Because all they got to do is push the charagma. And when you're going to find out that GMS, Great Millstone, was always right. They were always right with the MOTB. And like I said before, there's going to be a scrambling among these zombieites. That's what I'm going to call these niggas now. Zombieites. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee as swift as an eagle fly. That's talk. Even the commentators say that. They say it's especially talk. Well, they mentioned Babylon and Assyria, but especially they say it's talking about Rome. This is what the Christian scholars say. Right? It says, and he shall besiege thee in all thy gates. That's the curses. Who's suffering the curses during that time when the Romans came in and besieged Jerusalem? Who caught hell? Pregnant women, newborn babies, old people. That's why the Apostle Paul called it the mystery of iniquity, the mystery of who the devil is. This man is the devil, and he shall besiege thee in all thy gates until thy high and fenced walls, because there were cities. You know, for the Passover, you went to the main city, which was Jerusalem, but you had other cities that had walls around it. Remember the walls of Jericho? The walls of Jericho was a city of Canaanites that put a wall around it. That's how it was in the ancient world. Wherein thou trustest, meaning you trust that the enemy's not going to come in there because you have to breach the wall. Watch any of them ancient movies. You got to breach a wall throughout all thy land, right? Any city that you have walls around, and he shall besiege thee in all thy gates throughout all thy gates. Talking about there's not one walled city, but there's many walled cities, which YAHAWAH thy power have given thee. Now I'm gonna show you something. Let's come back over here. Where is that? So does Deuteronomy 28 still apply to this day? You got damn right it does. We're still under the curse. Okay, let me do this. Okay, I put Romans, right? It mentions Nebuchadnezzar, the Babylonians. It says the siege and capture of Jotapata by the Romans in spite of all the efforts of the Jews, the Israelites, to defend it, is especially recorded by Josephus. They telling you that Deuteronomy 28:52 is a fulfillment of Rome, but they mention Assyria right here. Benson's commentary. Ye shall besiege thee in all thy gates. Thus did Shalmaneser, which was Shalmaneser the fifth, Sennacherib, and Nebuchadnezzar. See 2 Kings 18:9, 2 Kings 25:10. But this prediction was especially fulfilled by the what? By the Romans. So when this clown Vocab said, "Oh, it's talking about the Assyrians," no. When you go to Deuteronomy the 28th chapter, it speaks about these nations. You're going to be cursed under many nations when they take you down. Let me come back to that. You put in the word nations. So how in the fuck are you going to sign a contract when you just came out of your mother's womb? When you're newborn? Now, hand me them glasses. Give me a pen. I got to sign this contract. Give me that contract. I don't even got to look it over. Let me just sign it. Little baby just came out the womb. First thing he does is cry. The second thing he does is say, hand me that contract. How fucking stupid that is. How fucking stupid that is. Okay, let me do this. I put in nations, right? Nations. Deuteronomy 28:12. It says, and thou shalt lend unto many nations, and thou shalt not borrow. So guess what? We're not in our kingdom. We're not in the blessings. 37 verse. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whether the Lord shall lead thee. So the curses came about on all these different nations. The Babylonians, the Syrians, the Greeks, the Romans, and finally the second leg of the Roman Empire. This is Rome all over again. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.